In this video today, I'm gonna be sharing with you a true story. And this is a personal story that I've not shared with anyone before. And I believe that this story is gonna help you guys in your lives as well, especially when it comes to moving forward and actually achieving your goals. So back in 2022, I started my coaching business. Now, when I first started, for like the first year, I didn't know what I was doing, guys. I was making all the mistakes, right? I probably spent over $10,000. I was trying to get a brand new camera. I was trying to put in all this money into all this gear just to start creating content, which was definitely the wrong way to go about it, right? I remember buying this camera, saving up for a camera that would cost like $600 at the time, which was still a lot for me because I was still working a 9 to 5 and my financial health was just not where it is today. And one thing that happened that made me realize was, I wasn't seeing any progress. I started making content and I started focusing on fancy edits and just doing a whole lot of things that just wasn't actually moving me forward towards my goals, right? And in that first year, I spent over 10 grand and I made $0. I had no clients, I had no prospects, I had no motivation to actually continue, and I just felt like I just was spinning my wheels throughout the whole entire time. It wasn't until the next year that I finally decided enough was enough. I started looking into help. I started looking into getting help. I had the knowledge, I knew how to get lean, I was in good shape, but I just didn't have the business expertise to actually grow my fitness coaching business online. And I knew that I could either spend 5 years trying to learn everything on my own, trying to do it all by myself, trying to figure it out and waste more money, or I could get help. I could get someone to help me. I could get a mentor. I could get a coach. So what did I do? I started looking into it. I started seeing, ads pop up, coaches and business coaches and everything that you can think about. I started looking into it. I started watching that content, and then there were a couple of coaches that I really did like because they gave valuable information that I knew could actually help me hit my goals. All right. And what did I do? I started talking to one of those coaches and I started watching their YouTube videos. I watched basically everything on their channel and had conversations with them until I finally hired them. And that led me to where I am today. Okay. Now, back in the day, when I actually thought about coaching, I actually thought it was a scam because there were just so many people online saying that they could take you from this amount of money to that amount of money. And I thought it was a scam. Just like a lot of you guys think fitness coaching is a scam, that is the same mindset I had towards business coaching. And what did that mindset get me? It got me to lose $10,000. It got me to buy all this gear and all this fancy shit that I don't even use today, that I don't even need because I actually have a videographer that has more expensive shit that he's using to actually film my videos. So that was a waste of money and that was a waste of time. And I did not make any money from it. A lot of you guys are struggling today when it comes to your health. You're struggling today when it comes to your fitness. You're struggling today when it comes to your diet. And you're probably in the same place I was back in the day. But this time is for your health. You've probably spent months, you've probably spent years trying to figure it out yourself. And you see my content, you see a lot of other fitness coaches' content, and you say, oh, it's all a scam. I can do it myself. And then year after year, it keeps getting worse. The first year, you probably had 20 pounds to lose. The next year, you had 50 pounds to lose. The year after that, 70 pounds to lose. And it just keeps snowballing until you get to a point where now you actually need to pay tens of thousands of dollars to get weight loss surgery. You need to pay tens of thousands of dollars to get testing. You need to pay tens of thousands of dollars to get chemo for cancer and for all these other health issues that you could have avoided if you had just put down a little money, put down a little time, and hired someone to actually help you out. Now, I'm not saying that you should do this blindly. I'm not saying that you should just hire the first coach that comes on your feed. What did I tell you guys? Before I hired my business coach, I actually invested the time to do my research on them. I looked at their program. I looked at what they were offering. I looked at all the free content that they were providing. I watched all their reels. I read all their captions. I was on their YouTube every single day, just getting as much information as I could on them. I saw all their case studies, all their client results, and this gave me the confidence to know that this is the person for me. This is the right guy for me. If you want to hire a coach, that's the exact same process you should do. You should look at their contents, see what they are putting out. Is it just lies or is it true? Is it a lifestyle that they're actually living? Are they just telling you what they think works? Or are they actually giving you evidence as to why it works? Do they look like me or do they look like shit? And they're telling you, oh, you have to do this to actually get abs. Do they take photos showing you their abs, showing you the condition that their bodies are in? If they're not doing all that, then you can clearly tell that it's a scam. This is how you can distinguish what is true and what is false. And then from there, hire them. Right? If they have what you need, if they're speaking directly to you and they're helping you with your own problems, what's the harm in hiring them? At the end of the day, you might be down maybe a few hundred or maybe a few $1,000, but in the long term, this is going to help you actually get the help you need, and this is also going to save you tens of thousands of dollars in all the other things that you're going to need to do in order for you to stay alive. Right? I used to be a nursing student. I go to the hospitals and I see men in their 30s, men in their 40s, and they're dealing with so many health issues. They're on a cocktail of medications, and what most of them always say is, I wish I had started early. I wish I had taken care of my health earlier. I wish I had done the things that I know that I needed to do earlier in life. I wish I didn't do drugs. I wish I wasn't drinking every single night. I wish I took better care of my health. This is all the regret that I have heard from being a past medical student. Okay, guys? And if you guys are in that same situation now, you have time. All right? You should start today. Start today. Start building those habits. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be in your 30s, you could be in your 40s, you could be in your 50s. It's never too late for you to actually start improving your health. It's never too late for you to actually start taking care of your health, okay? If you don't have the time, if you're a busy guy just like myself, what's the harm in hiring a coach, right? Also, when you're hiring the coach, hire a coach that fits your goal, okay? I help busy guys. I help guys that are busy, that are working hard on their goals, that are working hard on their careers. Those are the men that I help. If you're that guy, then you should keep watching me. But if you're a pregnant woman that's looking for help on exercises, on how to grow your butt, my channel is probably not for you. My page is probably not for you. And if you came to me and asked for help, I would send you to someone else that could actually help you, that is specialized in helping people in your situation. Okay, guys? So this video was just meant to give you a little bit of my background, give you a little bit of my story. The only reason why I'm sitting here making this video, able to speak to the camera like this, able to have all this gear and all this lighting that you see right now, creating this content for you, is because I actually put my trust in a coach. I actually dropped my ego at the door and decided that I needed help. I knew that I needed help and I accepted that fact. I did my research and I hired someone who was helping people that were in my position. That person had already shown all the proof. That person had already shown all the results. That person was making content like this that I was watching, just like you're watching me today. And eventually I got in talks with this person and I hired this person. And a month after I hired this person, that is when I signed my first client. Something that I was not able to do in the whole 1 year before when I started my coaching business. So if you guys want to actually achieve your fitness goals, if you're really busy, you don't have any time, you've been struggling for months, struggling for years, you're in a plateau, consider hiring a coach, and that's actually going to help you move forward and actually help you achieve those goals. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the page, and check out all my previous content. And that's actually going to help you start your fitness journey, and it's also going to help you start reaching your goals fitness wise. All right, guys, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.